Hey guys, welcome back to my 1 to 19 Twink leveling guide. In part 4 we start at level 13.5 and end at 16.5. We continue where we left off from part 3, collecting flight paths. I had hearthed out of Darkshore back to the Barrens and began running to Stone Talon Mountains. Here I run to Stone Talon Mountains to pick up the flight path at Sun Rock Retreat. This clip should have been included in part 3, but I thought it was a questing clip without realizing it was another flight path clip. Next, I decided to have some fun and ran RFC since there wasn't really anything else to do at level 13. In theory, I could have continued with more exploration or questing XP. Running this one RFC took me from level 13.5 to 14.5 with dungeon and quest XP. At level 14, we can now start the Tribes of War quest, which is picked up at Camp Taharo. This quest will open the Blood Shard quest once completed. Then it was time for Gurubashi, and I had lost the last one, so I decided to bring some friends with me this time. Just some random leveler. 2 chests secured. I left my shaman in the arena and waited for the next chest spawn, since my buddy said that he would be able to help me with the next guru. Here you see me baiting contenders to show themselves by opening the chest on my main. And we got one. Orc stun resist OP, please nerf. I cover my alt's character with my big Kodo to prevent any contenders from targeting me. Three of 12 chests secured. Now back to Tribes of War. I see a leveling hunter and I get him in my alt's group. I have the hunter tag mobs while I kill them on my main. I'm going to skip the rest of this since we've seen the basic process. Tribes of War is now complete. The mob and quest XP took me from 14.5 to nearly 15. The follow-up, Blood Shards of Agamagan, was enough XP to ding me to level 15, and I can now buff with the Blood Shards. Also, at level 15, I can equip this shield for Miner Johnson, start the Glowing Shard quest, and start the Rune Scroll quest, which we picked up in part 3. I decided to start with the Glowing Shard, and I flew to Ratchet to speak to Sputtervalve about the Glowing Shard. Can you tell me anything about this shard? And he sends me to speak with Falla Sagewift atop the summit of Wailing Caverns. She completed the quest for the Glowing Shard and gives me the quest in Nightmares and directs me to Hallam Runetome in the Elder Rise of Thunder Bluff. Before I traveled to Thunder Bluff, I wanted to get the Rune Scroll quest while I was still in the Barrens, so I ran north to speak with Kadrak. He takes the scroll and gives me the quest Horde Presence. Then I head to Thunder Bluff and speak with Halmal Rutotem. and I pick up Talbar Mantle. At this point, I am halfway through level 15 from just completing the glowing shard in the first half of the rune scroll. Next, we fly to Stone Talon and run north to the den. The mobs in the den are mid-20 elites, so you will need some help. We will need to kill Reinthariel, the Keymaster, a level 29 elite. She sits in the first room of the den, so you'll only need to clear 3 to 4 mobs to get to her. You only need to get credit for killing her. The banner is just for RP purposes and is not required to complete the quest. I hearth back to the crossroads and run north to turn in Horde presents and collect my jute braid gloves. There wasn't anything left to do at level 15, so I decided to farm blood shards while leveling up my weapon skills until I hit level 16. Now that I am level 16, I can start the Ziz Physics questline. So I head to Ratchet and speak with Sputter Valve to begin Ziz Physics. Sputter Valve asked me to go visit Ziz Physics in Stone Talon Mountains. Next, Ziz Physics asked me to retrieve the Super Reaper 6000 blueprints. The blueprints drop off the Ventrico operators in the Windshear Crag. It took me about 20 minutes of farming before the blueprints finally dropped. Once we turned in the blueprints to Ziz Physics, he asked me to go speak with Sputtervalve. After speaking with Sputtervalve and Ratchet, Sputtervalve asked me to go back to see Ziz Physics. Once we're back at Ziz Physics, he asks us to go get Gorenzo's mechanical arm. You will need help to complete this part since Gorenzo is level 27. Back at Ziz Physics, and I turn in the arm for Engineer's Cloak. That's it for part 4. Thanks for watching.